Feels like it's been so long. I did a sit down video and I'm just right now I'm shy. Thank you so much guys for watching all the videos I've been uploading in all the past few months about my sister getting married and me traveling to Nigeria and all the good stuff about traveling to Nigeria and getting back. I'm so overwhelmed with the love you all have shown on this channel, and I'm so happy to have you all in my space. You can see from my background it's a Christmas festive period. So my name is Nicole. I'm a YouTuber based in the UK and I film about faith, relocation and my lifestyle here in the UK. If this is your first time stopping on this channel, thank you for coming. This is a place you should be actually. I just wanted to stick around, watch my other videos, know what I create content on and see if it resonates with you. And trust me, you will love what you get on this channel. And also I'm trying to incorporate new things on this channel. So if you're new to this channel, I was an international student based here in the UK.
Oh my god! Wow!
I did my postgraduate studies in the UK and I recently finished my postgraduate studies this year, and now I'm alumna in the UK, and I'm just basically trying to figure out life, do life, have fun and do all that God will have me do in this season of my life. So today's video, from the caption you already know what today's video is, just basically getting to know me more, what life has been, 1 year 3 months in the UK, how it's been. So I have a list of questions I already have on my phone I'll just be answering in today's video. Also by the end of this video I'll be putting out a new update, something new that I want to introduce to this channel, and I hope you love it and I hope you just stick around, watch the video to the very end and subscribe to my channel if you are yet to. So the first question I have here is, how has your overall experience living in the UK been during the past year? Overall experience living in the UK. So I moved to the UK last year September, for those that are new to this channel, and as at the time I'm filming this video today, this is December 2023. Hey, I'm moving to 2024 very soon. I'm just so excited for the year already. I know this is not the question, but I'm super excited for the year 2024 because God has used the whole of 2003 to prepare me for the year 2024, and I'm just super excited about it. So my overall experience living in the UK for over a year now has actually been good, but it came with different expectations, different views, different challenges, but God has been faithful. I believe with time, probably in the nearest future, I would actually make a very important video in my life, in one of the experience I have faced in the UK, but not now. The video is not now at all because I'm not yet in the right state of mind to sit down and make that video, but I'll definitely make a video on something that I would like you to learn, and also probably if you're coming to the UK, it will help you also in the experience and in the challenges you face. But overall it's been fantastic. It's been great, even though it comes with its challenges sometimes, especially when you're schooling and when you're actually working, or probably when you're done schooling and you're trying to get a job. They can make you work full-time. So it's a lot of things. It's actually a lot of things, because I myself now, I finished my school. I finished studying in September, and up until now I'm still doing 20 hours job, right? Even though I can actually work 40 hours. So it's part of the challenges that come with you finishing school. Some people tend to get a full-time job almost immediately, while some people tend to get have to wait months and months until you can start working full-time because of the job you're doing, or probably because of the job you're actually waiting to do. So in all, I would say the experience has been good. The fact that I have family around, I'm not alone. I feel it's been 100 over 100. The family I have around is just basically everything to me, because if you've been following this channel from day one, you will know I used to live alone until before my sister came to the UK and I started living with my sister. If you're used to my channel. So you would see the experiences, you know, the things I faced, you know, how I started my journey, how I was alone, how I was almost depressed, if not depressed, how my Christmas did not go as planned last year, how life was just not what I thought it was going to be. Even though I had plans when I was coming to the UK, I knew what I was coming for, and I was mentally ready for what I was coming for. I was prepared, but even at that, I still had some challenges that I had to face, and God took control at the end of the day. So I would say my experience living in the UK has been fantastic, because I love it here. I will not lie, I really love it here. I love the system, I love the environment, even though it can be cold sometimes, really cold, because we stay in Scotland, it's really cold, but I just love it here, and I find it really good, and I find it really helpful. What aspect of British culture have you found most interesting or surprising? So the part of British culture I found interesting, I stay in Scotland, so I would say the part of Scottish culture I found really interesting and surprising is level of humility here. I don't know if humility is the right word to use for what I'm trying to say, but I feel, you know, coming to this country has actually made me realize that this life is just one, and you know, like back home in Nigeria where you want to acquire everything, someone who has like 3-4 cars still want to have like 7-6 cars. You know, you have a property, you still want to have like 10-15 properties. But those places, they just live like a day at a time. Those that are trusting God for what to do tomorrow, like they are not acquiring everything just to themselves, or you know, just grabbing everything. Like it's just how selfless they can be. And that's what I've really learned here, and I've really appreciated about their life here, is that they don't really acquire what they don't need. They just, you know, live their life a day at a time and trusting God for provision for tomorrow. And another thing that I really find surprising, you know, in terms of, you know, being on that humility that I was talking about earlier, is the way at which they cherish and appreciate things here. Like ever since I got to the UK, which I already, you know, like cultivated the habit of appreciating people, thanking them. Like you get on the bus, when you want to get down, you thank the driver. You know, you want to approach somebody, you want to get something from them, you ask politely, like, could you please, you know, do this, you know. Like you want to collect something, you just, you know, use please, thank you. Like you're being polite, even though sometimes some are rude, but like majority of people here are actually being polite with their request. So it's something I've actually learned, and I'm really fascinated, and I find it really surprising, because back home, you know, in some countries, some people are just rude. You want to buy something from a marketplace, they are talking to you like they want the money you want to spend on whatever they are selling. Or even parents, or just, you know, I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Like people are just doing things anyhow, approaching you anyhow. Like even up to a young child here, you don't approach a young child just anyhow. Like you have to respect the child. You cannot just say get out of this place. Like if you want a child to get out of this room, like there is a level at which you approach the child and let the child know, oh, could you please step out a wee bit? I mean, oh, could you please step out just for a second, I need to speak to your dad or something. You don't just say get out, don't talk to your dad. So it's something I really find surprising here, the level of humility and at which they appreciate things. And I've really cultivated the habit of saying thank you and please and yeah, cheers. So that's it. Have you picked up a local habit or tradition since moving to the UK? Yes, I've picked a local or tradition habit since I moved to the UK, and one of it is saying please, because that's what we say here. You want to buy a day saver on the bus, okay, High Street please. Like you're trying to get a bus ticket and you're still using please, and you know, you want to do something and you don't forget to say thank you at the end of it. Like no matter what, you just say thank you, please, and cheers, you know. So I think it's something I've been able to like pick the habit, because it's an habit here. I've been able to pick it, and it's something I actually get used to. And also there is something they say a lot here, even though subconsciously you can actually pick it up. It's like hiya. Hiya. You're trying to say hi and you're like hiya. So it's one also that I actually say sometimes. And there is also one here in Scotland. I don't know if that's how it is in Britain. Like, you know, anything you're adding we, W-E-E, like, could you please get a wee cup of tea, you know, we, which is like little. So any small thing you hear them say, I just want to take a wee sleep. A quick sleep, that's a quick sleep, or just give me a wee tea, a wee cup of tea. So everything we. So before you get to know, you'll be surprised that you'll be adding we to your vocab. One of also those little slang you pick up if you're in Scotland. But this thing also, there is one that people also pick up quite easily, but I try as much as possible to be very, very polite and decent in my approach, because it's easy to pick up that as well, but I don't, because I'm very, very intentional about what I say and what I do. Is the F-U-C-K word, right? So this place, you know, it's a normal thing for people to just go up and say, oh fucking hell, oh fucking this, oh that. So people pick up that easily, but for myself, no, I haven't, because I'm very, very intentional about what I say, about what I pick and what I need to drop, because I cannot say just anything. So that's about that question. So on to the next question is, what challenges have you faced and how have you overcome them in your new environment? I remember in the first question I was talking about some of the challenges I faced that I said I'll be talking about in another video. So I actually faced a couple of challenges here, and I've been able to overcome them. Basically is actually trusting God, because in my academics, you know, I faced some challenges, you know, in my own personal life, some challenges, you know, trying to combine work life and school life. It can really be challenging if we are being truthful with ourselves. But in how I've been able to overcome them is actually trying to balance out my life, trying to balance my personal life with my spiritual life, with my social life, with my work life. So I've been able to try to like balance it with the help of God, because it's not easy. You can say you want to do this and then you find out you don't end up doing it, because, you know, it's not just about saying it, but basically putting it to action. So I would just say God has just been helping me to balance things out, you know, whenever I face my challenges. And also how I've been able to like overcome and face some of my challenges is the gift of family. You know, family around, they've been able to help me sometimes, even when I'm forgetting that this is what God has said about this, because it happens a lot. Sometimes I just tend to get distracted and just forget about that. Oh, God has finished this, God has said this about me, God has done this about me. You know, think about what God has done in the past and just, you know, try to bring it to my present. Sometimes I tend to forget and just be overwhelmed in my challenges at that phase of my life. But the gift of family has been able to like help me, remind me of God's promises to me and what God will have me do. So it's really something that has really helped me over the year, I mean in the UK, of how to actually overcome some of the challenges I face. The gift of family. So I think that's basically the answer to my question. On to the next question. It says, how has your perspective on the UK changed since you first arrived? So what I would say to answer this question is, UK is not heaven. Abroad generally is not heaven, and it's not the passport to heaven. You see the way some people actually place this, you know, relocating abroad on their head is like, if they don't relocate, they cannot go to heaven. So I feel UK is overemphasized, like it's overhyped. I don't know the exact word to use, but in my own perspective, I feel if we can actually calm down, unless God is actually leading you to this place at a particular point in time, but if you're planning to like relocate anywhere in the world, not just UK this time around, probably Canada, probably Australia, you're trying to just go because people are going, I feel it's not worth it. Let God direct you on what you should do part time. If God is saying, my dear, leave, go to this place, then let it be God. Don't just wake up one morning and say, oh, I'm leaving, oh, I'm tired of Nigeria, things are not going as planned, oh, I need to have a future for my children, this and this, that. So I feel it's not worth it. Just talk to God, let God direct you on what you should do. I find it really funny where some people try to leave their country and go to a better country because of their children, and the children they actually left their own country for just to get a better life tend to become wayward, you know, more rude, spoiled, because in the Western country here, you tend not to correct them the way you would correct them back in your home country. This place, you cannot shout at your child, you cannot beat them, you cannot just use just any word for them, you cannot treat them like the way you treat them back home. And some children get to be more wayward because they don't correct them the way they ought to correct, the way their parents are used to correcting them. They tend to just do things anyhow. It's a free world, it's a free life. So I feel like God directed per time. So now my perspective in the UK has changed so far, is that what you think sometimes is not what you get. Like, the way we actually picture all these things, the way we see them in movies, is not what happens in reality. When you think about, oh, you're traveling abroad, oh, these people, they're like angels, their skins are fresh, they're so sweet, they're good. My dear, it's not always like that every time. Sometimes you are actually neater than some people you see that are even white. You will see some people's shoelace, some people's shoe, and you're just disgusted. Some actually, their breath stinks, they are also humans, some sweat a lot, they are so dirty, and you're like, this is not what I always pictured in my head, this is not what I always saw in the movie, so this is also live. So I feel coming here has made me realize that this is not heaven. My perspective has changed. Like, this is just like every other place. If you think you're leaving your own country because of security, this place as well also have its own challenges. It's not like it's safe 100%. Those bad things that happen in your own country also happen here. So this place is not heaven, and this place is not the password or passmark to the kingdom of God. So my perspective has just, like, my horizon had widened and changed since I got here. Like, this place is just like every other place. The only good thing is that the system here is working. You see where your money is going. So the next question: what are your favorite places or activities you've discovered in the past years? First of all, one of my favorite places I've discovered in the UK is the house of the Lord. Gosh, anytime I go to church on Sunday, I feel like I'm not in the UK, truthfully. Like, I'm away from everyday stress, everyday thought of, working, trying to get sheep, trying to think about what I will eat. In the presence of God, I'm just lost and overwhelmed and just focusing on that alone. Like, I don't want to leave here, I just want to remain here forever and ever. Especially whenever I visit my family church, because I'm a celebration church member here in the UK. Especially when I go to Glasgow, I always feel like this is home. Gosh, this is home. Why can't we just have service every day, Monday to Friday? Let's not work, let's just keep coming to the presence of God to enjoy. So it's something I really, really appreciate. I'm trying to work on myself to be going out more this time around, exploring new places. Like, that's my goal, 2024 goal. We are going out. Nicole is going out. Like, guys, ready to start seeing content on travel vlogs. I'm serious. Like, ready to start seeing content on travel vlogs, because I'm planning to travel more this year. 2024, my 2024 has started, so if you see me saying this year, I'm already in 2024. So I'm planning to travel more. It does not necessarily have to be outside of the country, but cities in UK, going to a nice place, even in Scotland, exploring, having a weekend hangout, and probably just a fun weekend with my family and my friends. But so far so good. I think I've enjoyed bowling activity, right? I find it really fun, and I can't wait to try it again. How has the weather in the UK compared to what you were used to before? Oh my goodness, the weather in the UK is cold. But I tend not to be too loud on the fact that it's cold, because people living in Canada will say more. If that I'm in the UK experiencing -5 degrees, what should I say about people who are living in Canada experiencing -45 degrees? So I tend to calm down whenever I'm talking about the cold, the UK weather, because people in Canada have a different story to tell when it comes to the weather. But for me personally, coming from a country where we experience 30 degrees, we experience sometimes 35-40 degrees, which is actually the truth, to somewhere with the normal degree that when you experience, you're like, thank you Jesus, 10 degrees. Because I remember, I think 2 days ago it was about 10 degrees, and I went like, oh, thank you Jesus, thank you Jesus. Bearing in mind that 10 degrees is really cold when you are in Nigeria, and that 10 degrees now feels normal to us, and what we see as cold here in Scotland is probably when we're on 1 degree, 0 degree, -1 degree, -2 degree, and all of those stuff, because that's actually freezer temperature. So how I've been able to cope and do well in it is just that is this body, like your system tends to get used to it over time. Back home in Nigeria, anything AC just counts me house. Like I don't do well with AC, cold. When I have my bath in the morning, I'll be shivering, like I just want to be warm. And I find myself in a country where it's cold every day, even during summer. Summer is not summering in Scotland. If you're based in Scotland, you know what I'm talking about. Summer is not it's not summering at all. During summer, you're still having like 5 degrees. Sometimes you're having like 10 degrees, while some places, you know, during summer they're having like 23, 25, 27 degrees, while here you could be having even something worse during summer. So I think my body system, I've just been able to get used and adapted to it, and that's just it. Like that's just God. That's what God does. Like your body will get used to it over the time. I remember when I got to the UK and I was in Liverpool, the weather there was 15 degrees and I was freezing, like I was shivering. But when I got to Scotland, I know that that place is better, right? This place is really, really cold. But over the years, now I'm in the UK for over a year and 3 months, and it feels like my body is getting used to it. And even if I'm in an enclosed place for too long and I'm feeling hot, it will feel like I'm choking, I cannot breathe, because that's just the body system. It's not like some people are forming when they go back to Nigeria and they are really, really hot. They are not forming at all. It's their body has gotten used to the cold that it has even forgotten what it feels like. So 5 degrees, 6 degrees, 7 degrees, you work in it now, you feel normal. That's because you've been doing that every day consistently, and your body has gotten adapted to it and has gotten used to it. So for me, I'm getting used to it. I love the weather. Truthfully, I enjoy the cold now. Truthfully, I enjoy the cold. So that's just it for me. Yours may be different. So that's just it. Have you had the chance to travel and explore other parts of the UK? So far so good. I've actually traveled to some other parts in the UK, and I'm planning to travel more in this coming year. I've been to Liverpool, I've been to Glasgow. So I've not been able to do much of that. I've not done much of that. So far so good, but I'm planning to do more of it in this coming year. If you've watched this video to this moment, thank you for sticking around. You are the real G, and I love you so much. Like I really, really love you. So the new update I have for this channel, which is I want to be picking someone from the comment section every week to celebrate the person, which means you have to drop a comment so that I can actually pick you up and celebrate you for the new week. And it's the comments I'll be picking, like my favorite comments for the week. That's what I'll basically be picking, not just anybody. So any comments out of the comments I get, I'll be picking my favorite comments, and I'll be doing a shout out to you to celebrate you at the beginning of my new video. So I believe it's something you should look forward to, because it might be you and I know it will be you. So therefore, I'm encouraging you to always comment under the comment section of my video. Please, no comment is too small and no comment is too big. If you see something that you love and appreciate, just drop it in the comment section. If you have information you want us to also learn from, please drop it in the comment section. Let's make the comment section always active. That's why it's a comment section, so that your comments can as well uplift somebody else that needs to read it. Basically, it's not just for me to read the comments alone, but somebody else might need something you have, but if you don't drop it, they won't have it. So please, let's always make use of the comment section. Please subscribe if you're yet to subscribe to this channel. So it's like, come your way again. Please stay blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.